So this morning I'm going for a walk with Kim Collison. He recently broke the winter Bob Graham record, which we will kind of talk about. We'll talk about because he's done a summer Bob Graham, a couple of winter Bob Grahams and lots of other things. So I suppose we'll start with, Kim, you've been running for a fair amount of time. You've represented Team GB.
Yep.
A couple of times. So what is your kind of running background then? Where did it all kind of start?
I guess it started at a young age, running with my dad down in Hertfordshire.
Yeah.
Running on, just going out for long runs in the woods. I always remember running up and down the hills in Wendover Woods, which is sort of in Buckinghamshire, close to you where I used to live. And there were some pretty steep hills, but very short obviously compared to what we have here in the Lake District. And so I always sort of grew up doing lots of running, and then cross country was always fun at school. And that's I guess where the running started. But university age I kind of fell out of running and didn't do much sport at all really for 5 or 6 years, until I landed back in the Lake District in 2007, or the back end of 2007. And that's when I started back training, running, biking, and paddling and working at Outward Bound as an instructor.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's where I guess the passion started for properly again, and being in the Lake District with this on your doorstep, just wanted you to get out and do stuff. And because I guess I'm competitive, I just did more and more. And slowly you get fitter and fitter, and you find actually you're not too bad at this. This lark.
So at what point, because you've been a member of Borrowdale Fell Runners for a number of years.
Yes.
At what point did you kind of join the club when you came up here?
Well, I initially joined Eden Runners, because I used to live in Penrith. And it was good to be part of the club. But at that stage it was quite largely road and a bit of fell. And it wasn't like a full-on fell club at that stage. Or I didn't feel like it was. And I wanted to be a part of a competitive fell team. And so I decided to join Borrowdale, partly because I remember coming up to the Lake District as a young lad and going to the Borrowdale Fell Race, which my dad had entered. And sitting at the river at the end and watching these guys in purple vests come flying through at the finish. And so I think because of those memories of that fell race at that time, that's probably why I joined Borrowdale Fell Runners. And it's kind of a club that suits me in a sense. It's not a traditional club structure, you know, with specific training sessions, and there's a lot of people that like to run hard and fast and race in the fells, and then do a lot of training on their own, and then come together as a collective. So it just kind of works for me.
And you're still a member now?
Yeah, still a member. One of the youngest.
You've got quite an awesome dignity team, haven't you? So from there, from kind of specialising in the fells, I suppose, you then, like you mentioned before, you did then represent Team GB. So when was that?
It was 2015, so about 4 years ago now I first represented GB. It came on off the back of several years of doing a lot of adventure racing,
Right.
where I was doing some big long multi-day expedition races in places like France, Costa Rica, Ecuador, and doing really well in those world championships as a team.
Yeah.
And then I think in 2014 I sort of did Lakeland 50.
All right. Okay.
And it was a British Championship race that year.
Yeah.
But I was really quite determined that I could do well at this race.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to head this way, hopefully back down out of the wind.
Yeah.
Just in case Thought can't hear us. We're not sure. So, all right, so
that was kind of my breakout race, because I went on to win that race in 2014, and being a British Championship, the selectors were there and present.
Right.
So it automatically put my name up there as, okay,
this guy can run.
This guy can run.
Yeah.
And next year I put in my CV to be selected.
Yeah.
And luckily I was.
Yeah.
Then we went on to get a bronze medal at that.
All right, fantastic.
Championship. I think it was the beginning of one of our team's successes at Trail World Champs.
Yeah.
With Tom Owens, who came fourth that year.
Yeah.
I think I was 20th, and then Lee Kemp just a bit behind me, and that was enough just to take the bronze medal away from the Spanish that year.
Oh wow,
which was sort of a little bit of a shock.
Yeah.
So that was my fond memory of representing the country.
Yeah. So what about the second time?
The second time, I guess, didn't go so well. I had a disappointing race and had to drop out.
Right.
And it came after a period of sort of a little bit of injury, but not accepting
that you were injured.
That I was injured.
Yeah. And how much like pressure, like as an everyday runner, like we carry an injury, we've got a race, should we race, should we not race, and you kind of, as an everyday kind of athlete kind of thing, we feel that pressure. How much pressure is there when you feel you're representing your country? Is it you don't want to let yourself down? Is it because you don't want to let the people that selected you down? You know, what is it that kind of adds to the kind of the pressures?
Well, I guess there's that honour of you're representing your country, but you're also really want to do the best you can, and you've got this fantastic opportunity to be there in this race with some of the best athletes in the world.
Yeah.
And you really want to run.
Yeah.
And you know, I was in really good shape, but not the same as was the year before.
Yeah. In
reality, so you try and run as well as you can, and pretty fast, but it catches up with you quicker. So I guess the fatigue hits home sooner because you're just not as muscularly strong. Yeah. Because you haven't been able to consolidate that training. Yeah. But then it's that disappointment and reflection afterwards that's always hard to, think, really?
Yeah. Do you beat yourself up? Do you kind of think, well, actually, I shouldn't have run because I've let myself down, should have given somebody else a chance? Is it, like, what is that kind of thought process after something like that?
Yeah, you have to reflect on where you went wrong and why you went wrong. Yeah. And that bit of maybe someone else could have had that opportunity. Yeah. But I was running well. I had earned that selection spot. Yeah. So it was a tough one, and you have to go, okay, yeah, I would have done that differently that time. Yeah. Move on. Yeah. I can do it better in the future. Yeah. Because are you now involved in the selection process? Yeah. So the last 2 championships I've been involved with the selection process. Yeah. Which has been fantastic to bring a fell and background and been so close to the championships myself as an athlete,
Yeah.
to have that experience and knowledge of what it takes, and who's running well,
Yeah.
and then I can always like compare quite well.
Yeah.
So and bringing people in that might not necessarily get that opportunity, that might not be in the visual field of the general selectors where they normally look for ultra races.
Yeah.
And especially with the shorter distances, the 50k last year, you know, you could look to some of the faster runners that wouldn't normally step up to an 80k race, just because they haven't had that experience. But 50k, not much longer than a Buttermere horseshoe fell race.
Yeah.
So
you likes of Carl Bell.
likes to Carl Bell.
Yeah.
It kind of fitted his style, and he can run fast on trails. So
And he had a blinding
he had a blinding race. So it's,
you know, for his first kind of attempt, he'll have learned so much. Well, I think I know he's learned so much, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
And it was just great to see him have that opportunity and to succeed. And, you know, he doesn't necessarily like that limelight as much, but it was good for him to be there and pick up that medal.
Yeah, absolutely.